Hi, everybody, and welcome to Betway segment of NFL Wildcard Weekend. I got Z with me. I wouldn't say we're 100% experts on football, but we love it.
Yes, we do.
I'm going to tell people where to put some money this weekend, and I've had a decent run at NFL. I'm profitable. 14-11. The last December was a disaster for me, but again, COVID protocols, a lot of players out making bets, and then getting a list of 5 guys, 6 guys that aren't playing on the weekend. Never good for betting.
And just the disruptions of the field. I mean, the Raiders lost their head coach, they lost their star wide receiver, the tragic incident where he killed somebody in a road accident.
Yeah, no,
Lots of
it's
disruption.
it's been another crazy year in sports. First up we got Cincinnati against the Raiders.
Yeah.
5.5 points is the spread.
Yeah.
So the bookies are expecting Cincinnati to win by 6. About that, and you've got this week we've got so many rookie quarterbacks. Now maybe not rookies in terms of we've got Mac Jones, who's definitely a rookie.
Yep.
But we've got a lot of rookie or people that haven't played quarterback postseason game.
You're correct.
And I think we've got 2 here in Derek Carr.
Oh yeah, this game.
And Joey Burrow.
And Joey Burrow, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
not us.
Yeah, no, so that is right. They're 2 of the 5 guys. I've done some homework on this, and there are 5 quarterbacks making their first playoff starts. Burrow and Carr are 2 of them. You Mac Jones, you mentioned, Jalen Hurts from the Eagles. And
do you know who the last quarterback was to win a debut appearance in the playoffs?
So his name just springs to mind, but he'd probably be playing for a couple of seasons. Was Joe Namath a rookie when he won? No. Okay.
No, he might have been, but the last one, it was Russell Wilson.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, I would never
12
have got
years
that.
ago.
I would never have got that. He was a rookie.
It was a rookie 12 years ago. So if you look at it, you know, it doesn't look good for rookie quarterbacks,
No.
for debut quarterbacks in the playoffs.
No.
You know,
No.
they've got to overcome a lot of history.
Yeah, so they're 2-6 since 2010 in the playoffs, rookie quarterbacks, and those 2 wins, in those 2 wins, both quarterbacks in those games were rookies. So a rookie had to win one.
Yeah.
So 2 out of 8 games with a rookie quarterback, you win. Burrows is a gunslinger, Derek Carr's a gunslinger, not the most efficient guys. It's a tough one to call. You'd think Cincinnati at home, but then I did some digging on that, and home teams are 4-10 over the past 3 seasons in the playoffs. So it seems like the wild cards are just an anomaly.
Yeah, and you know, the last 5 years of wild card games have all been close, with the exception of New Orleans Saints game last year. I think.
Okay.
Chicago Bears, New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
So they've got that against them.
Yeah.
LA were one of those teams that, like you said, have had so much disruption that I was amazed that they made the playoffs. They did well to make the playoffs, and they certainly, as a team in form, doing well. They're doing enough to win.
Yeah.
Cincinnati haven't won a playoff game since 1990.
And the last team that streak began with a loss at the Coliseum against the Raiders.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, where would you put any money on this game?
I wouldn't bet on this game, but if you're going to bet on this game, I would say Cincy are going to win it. I think Jamar Chase actually doesn't know how to drop a ball. The kid, just that rookie wide receiver of theirs, who set franchise records. I think he's caught for 1,455 yards this season. It's the second most in NFL history by a rookie wide receiver. He just catches everything Burrow throws at him.
Yeah. And he's a big play guy. Eh?
I mean, he's amazing. Yeah, massive big play guy. And I think unless the Raiders can get to Burrow, I think they've got the second worst offensive line in terms of pass protection. The Raiders have got Ngakwe and Max Crosby, 2 great pass rushers. I think they've combined for almost 20 sacks this season. So if they can get to Burrow, I'll give the Raiders a chance. But my gut feel is that Burrow to Chase, throw in a bit of mix in there, and they win it. I think the last time they met. Oh, so listen to this stat. It's expected to be cold and snowing.
Yeah.
How's this for stats? And Derek Carr isn't good in the cold. In 5 starts in under 38 degrees Fahrenheit. He's 0-5.
Wow.
So take that number.
Pretty boy.
I mean, wow. California.
That tells it all.
Should have gone to the Dolphins. Well, I suppose, the Raiders are not a bad team to be at. It's just that when you have to travel to Cincy in the playoffs, you're in trouble.
Yep. And I like Joey Burrows. He's going to be He's going to be in a Hall of Famer, I believe.
Gee, I don't know. Like his error rate worries me a bit. Like I love his bravado.
Yeah.
You know, he's got guts. He's courageous. He's confident.
Yeah.
But I think his error rates, the turnovers are potentially a problem. But like I say, with Jamar Chase there catching everything,
Yeah.
maybe
Has he caught COVID?
not as far as I know. But let's not get into that. Bengals beat the Raiders 32-13 in Week 11 in Vegas. I'm going Bengals on that, but like I said, it's not a game I would bet on.
Yeah. I think we look at. Let's have a look at the betting on Betway. You know, in a cold match, usually not both offenses fire. So I don't like the total in this game. You know, one of them might catch fire.
Expected that,
yeah. And if you've got a guy that's allergic to the cold, like Carr seems to be, you know, I like Cincinnati to win by 6 or more. So I'm taking.
Oh wow! Sure.
I'm going to take the Bengals -5.5 for 500 rand.
Okay.
That's
Good luck.
Thanks, bud. Thanks.
Let's get to the main game.
Well, for those, Buffalo versus New England.
I actually don't even want to talk about this.
Well, that's full disclosure. You are a Bills fan.
Yeah.
And that's not your fault.
Listen, that's my team. I love him. We've gone through the darkest of dark places, and the sun is shining on us again, and it's fantastic. But
both teams, both teams used to the cold. In fact, the last time they played, the game was miserable conditions. I think New England ran the ball 3 times. Oh, sorry, passed the ball
3 times.
3 times. For a quarterback to throw, I've never seen that
it's
in
an
my
NFL
life.
record.
Yeah.
So go figure. So when they're playing Buffalo,
Yeah.
the weather's terrible. The Patriots win. They throw the ball 3 times. Never been done before.
Yeah.
They embarrass the number 1 ranked defense in the league.
Yeah.
Then they go to Foxborough. Patriots home ground. The Bulls rock up. The weather's better. They throw the ball. The Bulls offense is so good. They never punt the ball in the game.
Yeah.
Beat the Patriots at home.
Yeah.
So as much as I feel like because the weather isn't really going to affect
It's the wind in Buffalo that really affects the game.
The
When
passing
that-
game,
You know,
yeah.
when that wind is pumping at 30, 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But the winds aren't supposed to be that bad this week. So,
Correct.
yeah, when I look at this game, you know, the only edge that New England has is the coach, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know, the quarterback, no comparison. Receivers, no comparison. The defense, they're on par. So you know, there's not one category where New England dominate.
Yeah.
And I think the Buffalo, for me, gets it right.
Yes.
I know that New England commits to the run, but the problem I think going to be for New England in this game is that I think the Bills will get out to a decent start.
Yeah.
You know, and you've also got Mac Jones, who is a true rookie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's got stats, history, everything against
Can't
him.
even grow beard yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
right.
playing in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Playing in Buffalo is a huge home advantage for the Bills.
Yeah.
That crowd's going to be so pumped. It's going to be deafening there. I wish I could go and watch that game.
+1.
Yeah. So for me, you know, the thing that I like in this game. Let me have a look. Sorry. I'm going to go the Bills to win by 6 or more for 2,000. I really like the Bills. This is my five-star play. Gotta love the Bills.
I mean, it's music to my ears, but I don't want to jinx Buffalo. And Bill Belichick is the only advantage I would say. I agree with you that the Patriots have, but it is Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts the punter at running back and they come up with some play that just destroys. You know, I just worry about it. But yeah, I agree with your sentiments.
Yeah. The problem is Mac Jones for me.
Yeah.
And it's great that Buffalo commit to the run. That the New England
Patriots.
commit
Yep.
to the run, and they do it well. But you know, there was a couple big plays that did Buffalo in that game, and it was still a close game.
Yes.
Despite the weather conditions. And with the weather conditions favorable to Buffalo, I'm going to have to go Buffalo.
And they're on a 4-game win streak.
Yeah.
The only thing that concerns me is we beat the Jets in the season finale for Buffalo. And the throws that Josh Allen were making were incredible. Some of the completions, the passes, the running plays, it was just amazing. And with, 3 or 4 minutes to go in the game, the Jets were only a touchdown behind.
Yeah.
It was all flash and pop, and it was great, but the score wasn't there. And I just feel like we've got to get away from the Patriots, because if they're close,
Yeah, look, you tend to lower your game to the team you're playing,
Well,
and
that's
I don't
fair,
know
yeah.
if there's a team lower than the Jets. I mean, geez, they are my thoughts go out to all Jets fans because they just have one shit football team.
Yeah.
And in fact, New York.
I was going to say, are they better or worse than the Giants?
Giants.
I
Well,
feel
New
like
York.
the Jets are at least on the up.
You just wouldn't want to be a football fan in New York, would
I
you?
mean, why? Especially when you've got such a great team in the state, just a couple of miles northwest.
Anyway.
Yeah, I got you.
So I'm going Bills -5.5 for 2,000 Rand.
I sincerely hope you're right.
Next up, we have Tampa Bay versus
NFC wildcard.
Philadelphia.
Nice.
Now, this isn't there's a potential upset here because you got a very banged up Tampa Bay team.
That is true.
I mean, they've got they've lost their top receiver.
Yeah.
The Brown is it?
Yeah, Antonio Brown retired.
Antonio Brown retired
Yeah.
in ignominious.
In the middle of a game. Fully kitted up.
Yeah.
And then retired because they wanted him to play. And he said he was injured, but he was in full dress.
Yeah.
Weird.
You get some weird.
Odd bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is an odd bloke.
And I believe Mike Evans is a bit banged up as well. Actually,
Yeah, he is.
all three of their running backs have got some question marks.
Yeah.
So they are pretty banged up.
Yeah. Look, it's not an ideal situation, you know. And one of the reasons why the Buccaneers, remember their game against Washington last year.
Yes.
They didn't win that convincingly. It came down to the last play, last drive.
Yes.
And Philadelphia, there's a possibility for an upset, but I don't. At 3.6 doesn't give me enough to do it. So I'm going to stay away from this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am. Let me have a look at the over/under.
So I don't think Tampa Bay can lose this game, but I think it'll be closer than what the spread suggests.
Yeah.
I think Philly might be good for that, to beat the spread.
You know what? You know the bet I like is over 44.
Okay.
I'm going to put 1,000 down on Philadelphia and Tampa Bay to combine for 45 or more points.
Have
in
you
that
checked the
game.
weather on this game? Because I think this is the one where they're saying they're expecting lots of rain and wind.
I don't know. Let me have a look.
Yeah, I think this is the one.
Let me do. That's God. Thank God for Google, huh?
Oh, what would you do without it?
I don't know. I wish my son didn't have it because he proves me an idiot all the time. Whenever I say something, he goes, "Let me just check that."
Really?
Yeah. Let me just check that. Tampa Bay weather.
Winter squall.
Winter squall. Precipitation. Yeah, nothing.
No?
Well,
And
it's
wind?
a bit of rain.
Hit the wind there? What's it saying?
It says, ooh,
Windy.
Windy.
35 k's an hour.
yeah. Let's give this one a wide berth then. Sorry, I backtracked. Thanks for the weather report.
Cool.
Let's do the next game.
Okay.
Who do we have up?
I believe you're going to...
Oh, now we have
great.
the great,
The legacy. playoff.
Dallas versus San Francisco.
Oh, I love that. San Francisco are going to win this game.
You think so?
Yep.
Tell me why.
San Francisco are going to win this game because the Dallas Cowboys are 0-6 against teams with double-digit wins this season.
They're 0-6.
Sorry, they're 6-5 against teams with double-digit wins this season. They are 6-0 in their division. So NFC East is a terrible division. You've got weak teams like the Philadelphia Eagles. Sorry, do you know?
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles. You've got the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
But when they play against double-digit win teams, the
They're
Cowboys.
0-6.
Yeah, the Cowboys are 6-5.
6-5.
6-5.
Oh, that's not a bad record when you're playing double-digit teams, victory teams.
Well, I mean, you're coming up against San Francisco here, who have got a fantastic running game. What is interesting is Dallas' defensive coordinator is a guy called Dan Quinn. 49ers head coach is Kyle Shanahan. They were both involved with the Atlanta Falcons when they blew that massive lead in Super Bowl 51 against the New England Patriots.
I remember.
So guys are saying like this playoff game is going to confirm which of those two were to blame, you know? Who pulled out the plug, let the water out. So I'm quite keen to see what happens there. 49ers have got a couple of injuries, but the Cowboys are 2-4 when their opponents rush for more than 125 yards, and the 49ers are averaging 127 yards rushing a game.
Yeah. Oh, you have done your homework.
I have done my homework. So I feel like the 49ers are going to win this game, and I actually don't care from a fan's point of view because It just reminds me of the Joe Montana, Steve Young, Charles Haley, Ken Norton Jr., Troy Aikman days when football was great. And I can't wait for this game.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, I agree. This one for me is the one that I'm really looking forward to watching because it's full of that nostalgia, like you said, the 80s.
Exactly.
The 80s Cowboys, San Francisco, the Montana, Jerry Rice.
Exactly.
Where San Francisco were dominant. But I'm going to have to disagree with you.
You're going to go Cowboys.
I'm going to go.
Backing the boys, America's team.
Woo!
Okay.
Right.
What's the reason? What are you thinking?
I just think that you've got the offense
It's explosive.
is explosive. They've got so many weapons on offense. It's home field, and that's worth 3 points. To me, it's worth 3 points.
And you've been talking about Micah passes and how the defense has improved the whole year.
Yeah, and you got Garoppolo that is. Did you see how he showed up at the stadium last week?
No, what was he wearing?
He was everybody else wearing jeans and slops, and and he was like
was
Mr. GQ. Mr. GQ. Look, he looked good.
Just don't like you.
Yeah, look, I thought of coming out of the closet when I saw him, but I'll stay in the
This was the
closet.
game. Jimmy G.
Too old to come out of the closet now. I'll just stay in it. And he is prone to injury.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not injury. He's prone to just that mistake.
Lapses, okay.
Yeah, and I think that the Dallas defense is a marked improvement. No one really, beginning of the year, no one was really talking about the Cowboys. It was all San Francisco. And the other reason I like Dallas is when you, for all intents and purposes, San Francisco last weekend played a playoff game.
Yes.
They had to win to get in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
And it was a miraculous comeback. More of the Rams snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Sure.
So San Francisco shouldn't be there.
Okay.
And that's great. They're playing with house money, but they didn't leave much on the field last week.
Right.
On a late Sunday game.
Sure.
On a late Sunday game, now having to travel to Texas.
Yeah.
For me, I like the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys to win by four more.
So
And I'm going
beat
to
the spread as well,
beat
yeah.
the spread. So I'm going to
Wow.
put 1,000 down on the Cowboys.
That's a 4-star pick.
That's a 4-star pick.
That's a 4-star.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next up, we have.
Oh, this is going to be so tight. Oh, Big Ben, the Steelers to upset your boy. Nah, the Chiefs are going to destroy them.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's great that Big Ben's in the playoffs and all. I love the nostalgia. I love all the ceremony. I love it all. But it ends there.
I agree, man.
I mean,
if he retired 5 years ago, you wouldn't have said it was too soon.
No,
It's
and
way
it's-
past time.
And I think Pittsburgh have exceeded all expectations of any team in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
No, everyone wrote them off.
Yeah.
And Kansas City are 5-3 against playoff teams.
Yeah.
They're actually 5-1 in their last 6 games because they lost a couple of silly games. The 2 games they lost.
That is the concerning thing with him, though.
Yeah, but it hasn't been in the last 8-9 games.
Sure.
The Cincinnati and Joey Burrow's played out of his skin.
Yeah.
Some bad defense. Bad day at the office for the Chiefs.
Yeah, we spoke
against
before that
Cincinnati.
game. I said, since you're going to upset you guys as a joke, we had a bit of a chuckle.
Yeah. That's why, and it's taken this amount of time for me to start speaking to you again. I like Kansas City, but there's no odds to bet on them here. Where we might find some value is on a Kansas City over, because I think that Big Ben is going to try and do too much.
Yeah.
The defense can have to rush, and I don't think there's any better quarterback against the rush than Mahomes.
Well, yeah.
In terms of his dinks and dunks, and Mahomes beginning of the year seemed to be pressing and trying to take the team and win every game. And,
Yeah, he
and
tried to
he
go
was-
for the big play all the
he
time.
was just making there was some he did, but that was because you had guys like Tyreek Hill that were having shockers, Dallaire that was fumbling the ball,
Yeah.
Tyreek that was balls bouncing off his hand, which never happens. He usually catches everything that guy.
Yeah.
So I think that pressure put Mahomes under more pressure because I think they had 4 turnovers in a row on 4 plays going in from the last 3 of one game to the first play of another game. So they were turning the ball. There was no team worse than them turning the ball over in the first 6, 7, 8 games. And their defense was terrible. but Kansas City's defense is pretty rock
Covered.
solid right now. And the
Yeah.
bet I really like, and I'm going to put $3,000 on this. This is my 6-star bet.
Okay.
Is Kansas City to?
Are there 6 stars? But okay.
Is there can be 7.
You could just add one.
You heard 7
Who's
a minute.
gonna stop you?
7-minute abs.
What is prop bet, yeah?
28. Kansas City score 29 or more. Last time these teams played, I think it was 36 to 10.
I think that is a rock solid bet.
36-10, Kansas City,
It will happen.
and I think Kansas City will have 21 points, 28 points by the first half.
Easy.
So you're cashing your ticket in easily.
Easy.
That's my biggest bet of the week. It's $3,000 on Kansas City, 28 and a half more.
I like that.
On Betway, it's 1.72. Yeah,
I like
1.72. I love that.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers have got the worst rush defense in the league.
Yeah.
Which means not only that the Kansas City running backs can get on a roll, apparently there's some question marks about injuries there, but also that Patty Mahomes can drop back in the pocket and then scamper.
Yeah.
You know, so expect him to use his feet a bit in this one, which means they control the clock, they control the scoreboard. Pittsburgh then has to sort of fight for a comeback out of this thing. You've got Big Ben carrying a pec injury,
Yeah.
turnovers galore. I totally agree. Kansas City will get over 30. No problem.
Yeah, let's have a look at the over-under on this game. 43.
Unless there's weather we haven't spoken about. But I mean,
Let's have a look.
let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Don't tell me you put the kibosh on the bet when we're trying. I should have checked the
Tornado
website.
warning.
Kansas City. Yeah. Oh my God! No, just kidding.
Andy Reid's busy building an ark.
0 precipitations, 0 wind.
Light wind. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me have a look at another bet I might have to make now. Look, the 43. I'm going to lock this bet in right now. I'm going to go over 44 points as well. I think Kansas City's good for 30, 35.
Definitely.
And I think Big Ben against that defense.
gotta
is
score
gonna-
some points, yeah.
So I'm going to put 5,000 Rand down on Kansas City over 43.5 points.
7 stars. You made it.
It's gone live. So let me punch that in. There we go. It pays back 8,150. That should be a lock.
Nice. I like that
Should
one.
be a lock. Get out there and do some pre-Christmas shopping for next year.
Okay, let's wrap it up with Arizona Cardinals at the LA Rams. SoFi
jeez.
Stadium, home of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, again, you've got a team that's got to play, not getting the bye. If they want to do it, they're going to have to do the Tampa Bay Buccaneers thing, which had never been done before, but it's been done now.
Yeah.
Stafford's got, I think the biggest problem with Stafford is confidence or arrogance. He's so arrogant and confident. Yeah, it's a fine line between both traits. He's so confident in his ability that he tends to try to make impossible passes.
Right.
So he forces stuff because he thinks he can do it. If he can turn that insanity off.
Yeah. I don't think he can. I don't think guys like that can. It's like Brett Favre. It's like Joey Burrow. Those guys, they would rather throw 5 touchdowns and 4 picks than just 2 touchdowns. That's just how they are. They're built that way, I think.
Yeah. Well, and has there been a team more disappointing than Arizona over the last 5 games?
And let me just reveal my bias. I just don't like him. I just like not. I kind of.
I liked him in Jerry Maguire.
I was going to say Rod Tidwell gave me a reason to kind of like them. I loved Larry Fitzgerald, but outside of that, I can't stand the Cardinals, and so that's not really a reason to bet on them or not to bet on them. But I feel like the Rams' defense. With
Though
Aaron
the
Donald-
Arizona did come in there and beat them, and Arizona's 8-1 on the road this year. I don't know why they're so
They can
porous
win
at
away.
home.
Yeah.
They can win away.
It's the snakes and the heat, man. I'm convinced.
They've got. I remember doing my Jack Kerouac tour in 2015, and going to Arizona and seeing that. I was never afraid of heights until I went to the Grand Canyon.
Right.
Jesus, I mean that's impressive.
Really?
It's an impressive piece of property.
Really?
Yeah. No,
Wow.
Scary.
Okay.
When you look down 2 kilometers or whatever it is,
You're like,
down into a hole. Yeah. No one down there is saying, I think you can make it.
brilliant.
And they've got a book in the curio shop on all the people who have jumped off the Grand Canyon. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's an overwhelming thing. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe people that go to Arizona who don't have fears of heights go there and it ruins their career. But 8-1 on the road.
Yeah.
The Rams. There's not much home support for them, is it? I mean, it's
a funny time in LA sports history, I guess. There's so many franchises there. I don't know how much support the Rams really get.
Yeah,
well, a team. I mean, Sean McVay is not the most.
Well, against the San Francisco, it was almost a home game for the San Francisco.
Totally.
But
yeah,
I don't know. This is a game I'm going to give a wide berth to.
Yeah, I would too.
Let me have a look and see the over/under because that might offer a bit of value.
Let me say this: the Rams are 9-1 if Stafford gets sacked once or fewer times in a game. So if they can protect him, they've got a 90% chance of winning according to that stat.
Yeah, and my aunt's never thrown an interception in any playoff game.
So she should be a pro quarterback, is what she's saying. She missed out.
If we're going on that logic, if we're going on your logic, brother. But and Arizona did beat the Cardinals,
yes,
convincingly this year.
Yes, and Stafford has never won a playoff game in his life. Asterisk, he did play for the Detroit Lions, but he made 3 playoffs and they never won one of them.
Yeah.
And they booted out Jared Goff to bring this guy in specifically to win a playoff game.
Well, they've gone all in, haven't they? They've given away all their draft choices.
Correct.
They've got
OBJ.
Who's the guy from Denver?
Oh yeah, Von Miller.
Von Miller, sorry, yeah, Von Miller.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
Signed Matty Stafford.
Yeah, they've gone all in. They've got if they don't win in this year or next year.
Yeah.
And I can understand why they did it to try and build a fan base there,
yes,
winning culture.
Yeah, be the team in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand the madness. But if they don't win in this year or next year, what was the score in the game that they
played earlier?
That they played, and this is a Monday night game, which is great.
Yeah. So Cardinals come into this. They lost to Seattle and they've lost 4 of their last 5. Whereas the Rams have won 5 of their last 6, and they're the NFC West champs. Although they did lose their last game in overtime to San Francisco. You kind of feel like they've got to bounce back from that.
Yeah.
I'm going the Rams on this, but again, I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't bet on it either. So they beat them 30 to 23. No. Yeah. Oh, the 37 to 20 was Arizona away. When they beat them, and 23 to 30, Rams reversed the fortunes in Arizona. But Arizona, they don't win in Arizona. Yeah. Arizona does.
Plus, they're not playing in Arizona. They're playing where the Cardinals won.
Yeah. Look, I want to have a bet because I like betting.
If you're going to do something, go with the Rams.
Look, I'm going to take the over 48 for 2,000.
So 3-star.
3-star. Yeah.
I like that.
They've scored 57 and 53 points in the previous 2 games.
Matty Stafford comes good, gets his first playoff win.
Yeah.
So through the next round, eaten alive by the Buccaneers.
Yeah, look, I think that these teams are trending in the wrong way, in different directions.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Besides the overtime loss last week. And who knows, maybe they wanted to lose the game to play Arizona.
That's a great call. You mean to play, to play Arizona, yeah. Could be.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened. See that Raiders Chargers game.
Yeah.
How wild was that?
Well, crazy.
Can we look ahead now to what happens after this, or are we just going to do that?
No, we'll do it. We'll do another show.
Okay.
My intellectual capacity is diminishing.
You did call the Bulls to go to the Super Bowl, so.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you've got to say about that.
Not look. Well, I love NFL football.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
The greatest. Okay, MVP. Start of the season, you said Josh Allen. Now it looks like it's between Novak's, Rodgers, and the GOAT, Tommy Brady.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you.
Who's it?
Cooper Kupp.
Oh yeah, people are talking about it. Definitely, he's on the radar.
I think that Rodgers, because he's such a dick off the field, he's going to lose some votes that way. Cooper Kupp's done something that.
Yeah. When last did a receiver win MVP? I don't know. Was it Randy Moss? Did he win one? I don't think he did. Has a receiver won MVP?
Yeah, they have.
Jerry?
I don't. Google. Come on.
Come on, help us. The fact that we actually have to type it in as a query is a bit of a drag.
Okay, Google says fucking learn.
No wide receiver in NFL history has won the MVP award. Only 19 non-quarterbacks have won.
Well, there you have it. So,
I don't think Cooper's that good to be the first. If Jerry didn't win it, I'm not sure Cooper's my guy.
yeah, but you've got a bit of fatigue here with Rodgers. He's a prick. People don't like him.
True.
You got Tom Brady, and they're
He's
always
just won
looking for
everything.
different angles. He's won
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that Cooper Cup's probably a good outside bet to win the MVP. I think I love Green Bay for Super Bowl. It's, as much as he's a prick, you know, they've got home advantage. I can't see Tampa Bay going to Green Bay and winning, not with that banged up team.
Brady versus Aaron Rodgers one more time. I don't know. I can just see Brady doing extra sit-ups for that one.
Wouldn't you love to see a KC? You'd love to see Josh Allen versus.
I'd love to see Josh Allen.
But I'd love to see Mahomes versus Rodgers.
Oof, that'd be gold. I mean, that's how great it is.
Yeah.
Any of these quarterbacks. I mean, aside from Mac Jones and maybe Jalen Hurts.
I love his name, Mac Jones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great name.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks, bud.
Nice. Thanks, Kev. Good chat.
Let's hope we make some money this
Yeah.
weekend.
We'll talk more next week.
Okay, cool.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.